So I remember when the war started, I remember very vividly when October 7th happened. I was still in the military and I saw the news report come out about October 7th, and I realized, okay, Hamas just attacked a monster, and they're going to get absolutely mollywopped after this. They're going to get annihilated. I remember seeing that and thinking that and feeling bad for the Palestinian civilians. So some time went on. I didn't really think about it. I wasn't too involved in the politics of it all. And then it was around the summertime of 2024, and if you remember, that was when Rafah was really picking up a lot of attention. There was all those sayings, "All eyes on Rafah," and basically the Israelis had cornered all the Palestinians down into the southern tip, which is Rafah, which is a tiny microcosm. It's a tiny little area where they were all cornered. You, you had children, you had civilians, you had refugee camps, and it was just getting absolutely annihilated. So I remember seeing that, and that's kind of when I woke up again and started paying a lot more attention. And at that point in time, I said to myself, I want to go to Rafah, like I want to go to Gaza and do something and help. Like I'm tired of seeing this on my phone. I'm tired of seeing this on the news. I want to do something. And so there was no feasible way, and there's still no feasible way for me to actually get to Gaza. So I never made the trip. Some personal things happened in my own life that I had to focus on. And then it wasn't until 2025 when the ceasefire was broken by Israel. There was a short stint of time where there was a ceasefire, and then Israel broke the ceasefire. And that's again when I woke up and said, okay, this is the time. I am going to dedicate some of my time and money to this. And I'm not just going to donate, but I'm going to go. I'm going to go and I'm going to see it for myself. I'm going to document it, and I'm going to try to help in any way that I can. And this came a little bit, maybe a week after I started posting. I was posting on Instagram, getting a little bit of traction. And so, yeah, I went to my friend's wedding in Dubai the week prior, and then I booked a one-way ticket from Dubai to Tel Aviv. The reason that I booked a one-way ticket is because number one, I was posting about this stuff, criticism towards the war, criticism towards Israel. And through my military experience, I have connections. I have friends who are in the intelligence sphere, I guess you might call it. So I'm decently well connected, and I had friends that were there, and I also had a connection, and I can't compromise any names, but I have multiple connections in the Holy Land, in Tel Aviv and in Jerusalem and in different parts of the West Bank. And so I reached out to my contacts and I said, this is what I want to do. I want to go and I want to help any way that I can, whether it's a food drive in Jerusalem, or if I can go to the West Bank, or if you can get me close to Gaza. I want to come and I want to do something and I want to document it. And so I worked with some of my contacts. Nothing was set in stone. There was no concrete plan for me to get there and like, I'm going to arrive on this date and I'm going to do this, this, and this, because you just couldn't coordinate that online. They monitor social media, they monitor your phones. So there wasn't too much that I could disclose about my plans. Anyways, jumping back to Dubai, I bought a one-way ticket to Tel Aviv because I didn't know if I was actually going to be allowed access entry into the country, because they do deny
Yeah,
people entry.
yeah,
Um, and
yeah.
with and with my background, I have a clearance from the military. I was in the United States military, and now I'm criticizing Israel openly online. So there was good reason for me to believe that maybe I would get turned away. So I bought the one-way ticket. I went to Tel Aviv. I got through the airport on Passover. So this was during Holy Week. This was during all the religious holidays for the Jews and Christians. I got through. I went to my hotel in Jerusalem,
Did
and
they
then I met up.
scrutinize you at all as you were going through, like as you go through customs or checkpoints? And then the other question is, was it super locked down? Like, was it incredibly, you hear all these stories. There's like a checkpoint every 5 feet there. I mean, I think that might be an exaggeration, but was it very, I guess, was there a real strict protocol?
So for people who have traveled, it is a much more strict protocol getting into Israel. So if you've traveled before, it's not going to be the same thing. You're going to have to go through much more questioning. They probably know a lot more about you before you actually enter and come through. But for me, I was lucky because I showed up on Passover. I think what went in my favor is the fact that it was a national holiday. And so there was literally one lady working at the counter, and there was a big line. So I think she just didn't want to be there on a holiday, and she was just getting people through.
Got it.
So
Got it.
I
Okay.
lucked out. But I have heard stories of people getting denied, getting basically interrogated, taken into back rooms, and using scare tactics. Now, something did happen similar to that on my way out. We'll get to that later. But uh, coming in, it was relatively seamless. Um, and so I went to my hotel in Jerusalem, and I met up with one of my contacts. He's an American over there, very good contact.